It's good to have you back. Now, the CRL Rights Commission says that the recent unrest and killings in KwaZulu-Natal show the need to facilitate mediation and conflict resolution among affected communities. At least 36 people were killed in Phoenix, just north of Durban, during the peak of the looting and riots. Now, the Commission is holding investigative hearings in the province, but for more on this, Commission Chairperson Professor David Mosoma joins us now from Durban to give us more information and just a clarity on what work lies ahead for them. Prof, good morning to you and thank you so much for your time this morning. Now, you do have some work cut out for you. It starts today. What does that work look like?
In fact, it started yesterday. The landscape is quite rocky. It's quite difficult. Our fact-finding or processes is divided into two. The first one is fact-finding, where we are engaging the communities to discern and understand the causes or sources of conflict in order to allow us a better understanding to that which will lead to the second phase, namely conflict resolution. Because unless you understand the causes, the prescription is likely to be superficial, and being superficial, you are not able to go to the root of the problem. And of course, that yesterday we have had the opportunity of meeting, for example, the Black community in Phoenix, the women's group in Phoenix, the bereavement families in Phoenix, the interfaith groups in Phoenix, a church to give us a reading of what could be the cause of this. Yeah. And this morning we'll yet receive other presentations from different committees, including the youth of Phoenix. And what is also very interesting is to understand the various layers of the nature of the conflict. And this will help us in our second phase, because after the second phase, which is the conflict resolution, we'll have to move into developing programs, because part of our act mandates us to educate, to engage communities, to understand even development of alternative conflict resolutions, so that communities are able on their own to deal with the conflicts among them. Right. So this is a very important undertaking on behalf on the part of CRL.
Yeah. Prof, you're absolutely right. The Commission starting its work from yesterday, 11th August, to today, 12th August. I know it's taking place in Durban as we speak. But do you think that 2 days is enough to gather all the facts that you need, to hear testimony, to actually gather all the information that you would need to bring about, some sort of a conflict resolution and recommendations forward? Is the 2 days enough?
In fact, it's not enough. But when you start, you don't spend a lot of time, because really there are several investigations that are, for example, aimed at discerning the criminal aspect, criminal justice, the police, and things like that. Those are different layers. But we are not concerned about the criminality part. We are concerned about what are the things that can build what we call the we community, the Ubuntu community, based on friendship, humanity, tolerance, and coexistence, including unity. And this is what preoccupies CRL in its mandate. Until we're able to achieve those, the democratic project will be shortchanged. It will be in the mind, but not in the communities.
Right. Prof, interestingly, when the unrest took place, and I'm keen to hear your perspective on this, we only saw them in Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal. The rest of the provinces, we didn't really hear of unrest. And I know that you do have programs in place to ensure that as you sort of, focus on communities and rebuilding and heeding the call of the president to rebuild these communities, you'll be, of course, bring about those programs. How can this be extended nationally? So not only that it's a lesson for KwaZulu-Natal, but Gauteng, but also even for those who didn't necessarily participate in the unrest can also be part of that solution to avoid any future unrest that this country may face?
This is a very important question you are raising. Our intention as a commission is to use Phoenix as a model which can be replicated, because you will find differentiation of the causes of conflicts. But once you establish a model, that model can fit into any community as long as it takes the material condition of that community and what is at stake there. But as a program of the whole nation, we are also going to be collaborating with human rights. Next week, we are meeting to look at a combined effort of the two Chapter 9 institutions as what we can do nationally together, because they are dealing with the human rights, we are dealing with the community rights. And the two we can work hand in hand to achieve a maximum impact in the whole country.
Prof, we have to leave it there, and it's a pleasure talking to you this morning about this. This is Commission Chairperson Professor David Mosoma, who joins us all the way from Durban. All right.